Hi and welcome to this tutorial, which today is going to be about weaved cables. What I mean with weaved cables is, if you take a look at this, you have a cable here for a TV connection, and you see here on the cable there's this like weaving around the cable. And today I'm going to show you how you can do stuff like this in lightwave. I'm going to minimize this, and here in modeler I'm going to create a cable. I'm going to use normal points in the top view here to kinda draw out how I like my cable here to go. Like this. And Control P to finish this curve here. Now I can take some of these and rise up a bit so the cable can kinda overloop and go above the other, like this. Now some of you who would like to make a cable like this probably is going to make something like a disc here, and you're going to stretch it out, and you're going to put in some segments and then make a normal cylindrical map here on the side to put on the weaving texture. The problem is then that your cable is stiff, and you then have to deform it either manually or using bones to shape your cable, which is not very good. So I'll kill this again and go back to my curve here, and I'm going to use a rail extrude. So I'll zoom in here, and I will make the disc that is going to be my cable here. I put this at 6 segments, it could be 8 also. Let's try that, and I'll just put this here. When it's located here, I will go and texture it. So I'll set surfaces, so call it cable weaving here, and I'll then make a UV map. So new cable UV, and set this to cylindrical and to subpatch, because we're going to subpatch the cable, and to the Z-axis here, because it's going to go around the cable like this. And so I'll create here and close this panel. I can now take this and move to the start here of the cable, and now I'm going to hit Control R for rail extrude. It has some settings here that I set up just a minute ago when my tutorial did a little mess up, but as you see here, I have selected the V here for make UVs and orient, and depending on the length of your cable you have to set the amount of segments here. You cannot use kinda automatic or uniform knots, but you have to be on the length, because you have to uniform the space between the segments so you don't get a stretched UV. So I'll try here with 50 and see how that is working out, and that looks pretty nice. If we hit the tab key here, you can see right now you're looking at the inside of the cable. That's because I need to flip the polygon, so if I flip, and here we have the cable. It's going through here a bit, so I'll rise this up. As you see now, I get little nice bulks here, and also over here I will drag this up a bit to kind of make the cable go above here. So now we have the cable. Whoops, we have a little accident here, but I'll fix that too. So we'll drag this up like this. Okay. Now the end here is a little funny here because we still have the polygon in the end, so I'll kill that just for the view. And we now have the cable. But with this cable now we create a UV map. You can see here. This is a texture, and I'm now going to add a texture to this. So I'll click here on the UV and select my cable UV, and I'll select a texture map I made that I called rope test 2. It's a pretty simple repeatable map I made in Photoshop just for an example. So I'll close this down, and as you see now here, it's stretched nicely along the cable. However, this is also stretched a lot. So what I want to do now is that I want to go to my map here, and I'm going to transform the UVs and scale these down a lot. Here I put 4500 to make this texture repeat a lot. So I'll scale down here, and you see now apparently my UV image is messing up here a bit for some reason. I'm not sure why. This happens sometime. I'm not sure. If anybody know, I would like to know, but apparently you see here this seems to be a front view, even though this should be the UV texture. The points are correct here. The polygons should be up here. It just seems like some error. As you see here, I can go select the polygons here, which is kinda odd. I think it's a little bug in lightwave, but I'll try to look at this, cause what you'll see here is that the texture is spinning nicely around as it is now, but on the sides here we got a little error. So I'll fix this by selecting here a few of these and then go to select loop, so I get them selected all around. What you would see normally here is that this is a string that's going up like here, and it's going across, and of course now it's frustrating me a bit that it's not showing the correct UV. But I'll try to see if I can cope with this anyway. Okay, this happened. I moved the planner here a bit, and that seems to momentarily make it show the correct view. So I hope you still get a little bit out of this. I'm not sure what is going on here. Perhaps Newtek can tell me that, but I'll move this out here because this is a problem here. But also these points need to be flipped because they are angled the wrong way around here. So what I need to do now is go to point mode and zoom out and select all these on the outer row, and then I need to drag these into the edge in here. I'll zoom in and like this. I'll then need to weld my texture map here, if I can find the button. Apparently I'm gone blind right now, but never mind that then. Can't seem to find it right now. So, never mind that. I'll go and select the last row of points here. Like this. Whoops. Didn't quite get that. They are a little small here in the view, so like this, and I'll need to drag these in to the line here, to the edge, like this, and you'll see now that I have fixed the texture problem and the tube is looking just fine. I can even scale it even more. Here, let's just say 2000 here. Add it up to the next. You'll see that was a little bit different result, a little bit too much perhaps. Let's transform of 500. Yeah, as you see now, it's spinning around very nice. It could have been the old one here, and then I could replace this with a candy cane texture, and you'll see how you could make nice candy canes for Christmas, or you could replace this with some fabric types to make a bump map or something. Images, brush maps, you'll see here, fabrics. I have a texture or two ready here. As you see here, you get the waved look here all around, following the cable nicely. You could of course use this both as texture map or as bump map as you see fit to give some structure here. But I think this pretty much clears out how to do stuff like this. I'm sorry about the UV problem over here. I'm not sure what's going on, or if it's a problem with the modeler, which it apparently seems so. So I hope you still can use this tutorial, and if you want to see more, check out my webpage. So take care and bye bye.